Of all the characters in cinema history, what is it that makes the Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Vader, one of the most iconic and most recognizable characters in all of the world? People love this character. Why is that? What is it that George Lucas did that made him so attractive? Is it his reverence for some unknown power seen in the Star Wars universe?
Any attack made by the rebels against this station would be a useless gesture, no matter what technical data they've obtained. This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
Don't be too proud of this technological terror you've constructed. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force.
Don't try to frighten us with your sorcerer's ways, Lord Vader. Your sad devotion to that ancient religion has not helped you conjure up the stolen data tapes, or given you clairvoyance enough to find the rebels' hidden fort.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Enough of this. Vader, release him.
As you wish.
Could it be the vocal performance done by James Earl Jones? And the somewhat seductive and dark voice that he gave the character?
You do not yet realize your importance. You have only begun to discover your power. Join me, and I will complete your training. With our combined strength, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy.
I'll never join you!
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
I believe the reason why Darth Vader is as popular as he is today is a combination of the reasons that I mentioned before, and because he can be related to two key characters, the first being Godzilla in 1954, and the second being Jaws in 1975. Now, these two characters may seem like they have nothing at all to do with Darth Vader and his development as a character, both on and off screen, but first, let's talk about Godzilla. Godzilla created his own genre upon his appearance in Japan in 1954. The giant monster movie, or kaiju as it's known in Japan, got its start from Godzilla. One key thing to note about Godzilla in both the 1954 and the 2014 version, he was only on screen between 4 and 8 minutes. 4 minutes in the 1954 version and 8 in the 2014 version. How in the world does this have anything to do with the Dark Lord of the Sith? Well, in episode 4, Darth Vader was only on screen for about 12 minutes. George Lucas used his appearance sparingly, yet he felt like he was the predominant force throughout the movie. Why? Because he was shown during the Inside an Incident, he was shown during the climax of the film, and at various plot points throughout the film, giving him the appearance that he was the most prominent feature of the film, as he was present at most of the major events throughout the film. Much like Godzilla, Jaws' relation to Darth Vader is more in the sense of pop culture and how he was used in the film. Jaws is rarely seen, but he is often felt and heard. Ironically, John Williams both composed the music for Jaws and for the entirety of the Star Wars saga. John Williams' style fit both films and was used in a similar way in terms of the antagonists of both films, them being Jaws and Darth Vader. Very much like in Jaws, the music, the Imperial March, was a preface for the Empire, or specifically Darth Vader's appearance. And practically every scene that came before Darth Vader's entrance, there would be an L cut into the next scene, which would more than likely contain Darth Vader. With the comparisons between Darth Vader, Jaws, and Godzilla out of the way, I want to focus more on the development of Darth Vader as a character, keeping in mind the elements that were used from Jaws and Godzilla that made him so powerful cinematically. In terms of narrative, Darth Vader was presented as the main antagonist of the Star Wars saga, that he had no redeeming qualities. However, in Episode 5, our understanding of the character changes dramatically.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No. I am your father. impossible! Search your feelings. You know it to be true. No! No! Luke, you can destroy the Emperor. He has foreseen this. It is your destiny. Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son. Come with me. It is the only way.
After this scene, certain lines of dialogue begin to make more sense and take on different meanings.
This facility is crude, but it should be adequate to freeze Skywalker for his journey to the Emperor.
Lord Vader! Ship approaching, X-Wing class.
Good. Monitor Skywalker and allow him to land.
Lord Vader, we only use this facility for carbon freezing. You put him in there, it might kill him.
I do not want the Emperor's prize damaged. We will test it on Captain Solo.
I know, it could be a little bit of a stretch to argue that Darth Vader was trying to protect his son here by testing out the carbonite device on Han Solo. But, hear me out. The prequel trilogy gives us an idea of what Darth Vader was like before he officially became Darth Vader, and despite how you feel about that character, it is still important to understanding his mindset.
So what I told you was true, from a certain point of view.
A certain point of view?
Darth Vader's biggest fear was death. But not his own death, necessarily, but the death of those that he cared about. That fear is what drove him to becoming the character that we know in 4, 5, and 6.
He had such a knowledge of the dark side, he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying.
He could actually save people from death.
Love won't save you, Padme. Only my new powers can do that.
At what cost? You're a good person. Don't do this.
I won't lose you the way I lost my mother. I am becoming more powerful than any Jedi has ever dreamed of. And I'm doing it for you. To protect you.
From the prequel trilogy, we get an idea of why Darth Vader is so loyal to the Emperor despite his past. He's lost everything. And it doesn't help that he also believes he's the reason Padme is dead. However, at the end of the Star Wars saga, we see that he comes full circle as a character and changes back to Anakin Skywalker.
Suit your feelings, Father. You can't do this. I feel the conflict within you. Let go of your hate.
It is too late for me, son.
Now, young Skywalker, you will die.
The evolution of Anakin Skywalker into Darth Vader and back to Anakin Skywalker is part of what makes him so iconic. This ability to hop back and forth between good and evil. In any case, Darth Vader will continue to be the iconic character that he is, both cinematically and in terms of pop culture. In the comment section below, let me know what you guys think about Darth Vader and why you think he may be so iconic. I know that there are a lot of points that I didn't bring up in the video about Darth Vader's past in regards to the Legends information and the new canon, but that will be a topic for another time. Thank you guys for tuning into this video, and may the Force be with you.
Tell your sister you were right.